So we are here for minor league baseball scores for Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. There with this game day, there are 11 games left in AAA, 5 left in AA, and there is the single A division game 1 that was postponed from Tuesday between St. Lucie and Daytona in that series. However, there is a high A Northwest League game between Eugene and Everett at Everett. Everett was the first half winner. Eugene, and they didn't have the best first half because a lot of their players did move up though in leagues. That minor league, they picked players move up from high A, then move up to AA club. And they change based off what they need. Based on hey, this person we think belongs in AA after the break, and then they put them in AA, but still going to fight hard ever it is and show what why they still belong in the AA playoffs or the high play Northwest League Championship Series. So they have that. They have there's no high A for Northwest League and South Atlantic League, as they have the division series and the championship series, because they have enough teams for 2 divisions. So it's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the Friday is if necessary. And then same for the South Atlantic League. And then same was supposed to be the same for the Florida State League, the Carolina League, and the California League in single A, where it's Tuesday for the second half team for the division series, and then the first half division winner hosts Thursday and Friday. And that's supposed to be the same for every league except the Northwest League. Because they do the higher seeded team hosts the higher rated team, the team with the better record, which is Eugene. He hosts games 3, 4, and 5. Games 1 and 2 is hosted by Everett. And then the championship game series is Sunday for game 1, Tuesday and Wednesday for the 14th, and then the 16th, which is Tuesday, and the 17th, which is Wednesday of next week, is the championship series for the 3 leagues. So let's go talk about AAA. Oklahoma City beat Sacramento 5-1. And then you'll get these videos a little bit shorter as well. Once there's less games to talk about. In the featured minor league baseball game for AAA of the day, since they're showing the high A Daytona at St. Lucie Daytona game, and then the Eugene Everett game. They would have shown 2 AAA games, or a AAA and a AA game, something like that. They would have, obviously, but they had the rain delay, so they showed that one. That's what they flexed in Daytona at St. Lucie. But Lehigh Valley, that's the best 2 teams in AAA baseball squared off, and Lehigh Valley defeated Scranton Wilkes-Barre 4-1 on the road. Iowa, after winning in 11 over Indianapolis yesterday, Indianapolis beats them. It's 8-3. 21-10. Albuquerque defeats El Paso. 21 runs on 27 hits. 10 runs on 17 hits. What a massive score. And I've never seen that. You never really even college, Division I college baseball. Division I college baseball, college softball. like either sport, I've never seen like 21 runs in a game. Never. You know, so you think 10 runs a game is good. But I mean, but geez, 21 runs. Wow. Buffalo 9-2 Rochester. Louisville 2-0 over Toledo. Boucher beats Syracuse 4-1. Durham 17-9 over Norfolk. 13 hits and 17 runs. Wow, there was a lot of walks, hit by pitches, 2 errors. Still, a lot of that didn't help. Hit by pitches, the walks. So, and then in 10 innings, Jacksonville defeats Memphis 9-4. Jacksonville is one of the best teams in baseball, but they played 2 extra games. They have 2 less games canceled, and they have 2 more games canceled than Jacksonville. And Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Valley's played 130 games. Scranton Wilkes-Barre's played 137, so still pretty solid teams. And not every team is played because some games are, they're doing double headers, like maybe next week's series, and then they have some games get canceled because of rain and are able to make it up, So, even a 7-inning game. So, and then, or even a short game due to weather. So, Omaha 3-2 over Charlotte. Gwinnett 7-4 over Nashville. Columbus defeats St. Paul 7-1. 8-4 Salt over Tacoma. Las Vegas 3-0 over Reno. And then in the doubleheader, Round Rock defeated Sugar Land 5-3. 3 runs for Round Rock in the third, 2 for Sugar Land in the fourth, in the fourth, and 2 for Round Rock in the sixth, and 1 for Sugar Land in the seventh. And that's 5-3. Your win, Round Rock in Game 1 of the doubleheader. This was a makeup of the doubleheader. It was a makeup of July 5th. That was the day after 4th of July. 4th of July fell on Friday this year. Friday, July 4th. And then it is Saturday, July 5th. That was the makeup game. And it was when both of these teams played in Round Rock in Texas at the Round Rock Express in Texas. And both those teams, the Sugar and Space Cowboys and the Round Rock Express, played in Texas last series they played. And then they played again in Texas. Either that or they were going to play in Texas at Round Rock one more time, or they were going to play, or most likely, it obviously is the last series. And the last series they played was in Round Rock, so they were able to play. Because in minor league, they'll do double headers, even if it's at the other team's ballpark. But they'll do it if it was that Sugarland was playing, say, last series. They would have Sugarland. It would be Round Rock the way to, despite playing at the home ballpark. And Sugarland being the home team. And then it would say at the Round Rock ballpark. So, the name of the Round Rock ballpark. So, the field they're playing at. So, they would do that. So, but their last series was in Round Rock. It was July 5th. It was the week of July 4th. And then the Sunday afterwards, to Tuesday through Saturday of July 4th week. And then it was the 6th. So, that's Sunday. So, and then Sugar in the second game got 4 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, and then Round Rock did score 1 in the fourth and 2 in the sixth, and then 1 in the seventh to make it 7-4, 1 each for both teams. And yeah, in minor league baseball they use 7-inning doubleheaders, and it's common to use 7-inning doubleheaders in in Division I college, you see a lot of teams do doubleheaders. Like they'll play like a game on. They'll play one game either. A lot of schools do it to where they play one game on Friday, one game on Saturday, and one game on Sunday. But you will see it to where maybe one game gets postponed due to weather. So they might make it up by if they make it up, they'll do 2 7-inning games. They'll do 2 7-inning games, 30 minutes, and then they'll do the second one 30 minutes apart after the first one. Or they'll routinely, or some teams will schedule a doubleheader because they only might play one game, like either one game on Friday, 2 on Saturday, or 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. So you have Arkansas 7-4 Tulsa, Altoona 11-2 Erie. In high school, I'm assuming, if they need to do doubleheaders, they'll do 2 7-inning ones, but usually don't do series. They might just play like a standalone game. In high school, usually, at least my local high schools do. Altoona 11-2 Erie. Binghamton 6-5 Portland 11 innings. Akron is 5-1 over Harrisburg. And I'm not sure if all high schools do 9 innings. They might only go 7. New Hampshire 3-2 over Chesapeake in 10 innings. Richmond 2-1 over Hartford. Reading 5-3 over Somerset in 10 innings. Columbus 6-5 winners over Pensacola. San Antonio 5-3 over Springfield. Knoxville 5-3 over Montgomery. Chattanooga 6-3 over Rocket City. In a low-scoring game, Wichita defeated Corpus Christi 2-1. I watched the rest of that. I decided to instead of doing the book brown for the women's soccer volleyball after the WNBA game, because it ended at 8. Actually, I thought it would start at 8 my time. So I thought it would start at 7:30 Eastern. You start at 7 Eastern. So that is what it is. So. It was kind of a blow anyways, but then dreamy it sent me close, but I couldn't get the win. Wichita, so 2-1 over Corpus Christi. Now, and it was a low scoring game till the 8th inning when Corpus Christi finally got a run on Wichita, and then Wichita scored 2 in the 9th to make it 2-1. Emerald 4-0 win over Midland. 15 hits, but only managed to get 4 runs. Emerald did some good stuff. Defense. And Emerald just couldn't capitalize on a lot of their a lot of hits. Turn them into runs. Galaxy 8-7 over Birmingham in things. And Frisco 5-0 over Arkansas. Let's go to high A. Eugene takes game 2 in the Northwest League Championship Series, best of 5, as they don't have enough for 2 divisions, because that'd be most every team makes the playoffs in the Northwest League due to the short amount of teams. So they'll do best of 5 championship. In Everett, follows Eugene 4-2. Now Everett's going to host games 3, 4, and 5, being the higher seed, being the better record team of the 2, and Eugene score run in the 3rd, 2 runs in the 6th, and run in the 8th. Those are 4 runs. And then Everett tried to make a comeback in the 9th inning, was 2-0 too late, and Eugene falls to Everett, or I should say Everett. Eugene beats Everett. Eugene beats Everett 4-2. So Eugene gets the win in game 2 of that series. So now it's going to go to game 3 Friday. And it's early afternoon, 4:05 Eastern, 1:05 Pacific time in. So for that one. So. And then we have St. Lucie won with the rain delay game. They beat Daytona 4-2, and there's no need for 7-inning on this, as there is no doubleheader. I thought it might. I'm like, well, I said, is it going to turn into a 7-inning game? But no, they're not going to turn into a 7-inning game because there's no doubleheader. It's like the game on the 11th is postponed due to rain, so then they turn in the 12th. The first game 7 innings, and then if necessary, easy play, they'll turn that into 7 innings as well. They'll turn both into 7 innings. They'll play both on the same day. But no, they don't need to, because it'll just be a 9-inning game like scheduled. Because there's a standalone, and it is. St. Lucie with 1 run in the first, second, and 2 in the fourth, and then Daytona with 1 in the sixth and 7th to win it 4-2. It was not the cleanest game. St. Lucie had 2 errors. Daytona had 3 errors on the day. So, yeah. Then in single A, we'll talk about the playoffs. So we have one at 6 in Eastern, Daytona, St. Lucie. That's the free game of the MILB.TV. Fredericksburg over Lynchburg. Today has one game on the Fredericksburg. Lakeland took game 1 over Clearwater. Columbia took game 1 in Myrtle Beach. San Jose took game 1 on Fresno. So all the road teams won their first game, except for Rancho Cucamonga. Rancho Cucamonga was the only road team that lost in an umpire, won at home in game 1 of their series. And then in the division series, in the West Michigan took game 1. Brooklyn took, and that's at 6:35 Eastern. West Michigan faces the county at West Michigan. 6:35 Eastern. West Michigan up a game. Brooklyn up a game in that series over Greensboro in the South Atlantic League. 6:40 Eastern. And then the Light up a game on Cedar Rapids. Light did take a few games in the last series they played against Cedar Rapids, and Cedar Rapids did take a few on them, so it might be like whoever has the home advantage, like Cedar Rapids, they might take both games in that series. In games 2 and 3, Cedar Rapids might, and I could see that. Say with Hub Save One Green, maybe. Hub C could take, but I could see One Green take him. It could be whoever plays at home wins the game. So that's 7:30 between White Cedar Rapids and 7:30 between Hub C and Bowling Green. And also in single A, we have Daytona 6 Eastern, 6:30 Eastern, Fredericksburg, Lynchburg, and Clearwater, Lakeland. And Myrtle Beach can be at San Jose Eastern, and 3 Eastern, Fresno, San Jose, and Lampa Rancho Cucamonga. So, yeah. And then we also have Eugene Everett, 4:05 Eastern, game 3. And then game 4 is supposed to be if necessary. However, it turns into a necessary game, and that will start at 10:05 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. That's fitting to have it start then, because so it can be at nighttime. 7:05 Eastern or 7:05 Pacific. That makes perfect sense. And then 7:05 p.m. Eastern, if necessary, and that's a little bit early, but I see why. Because it could be like a minor league baseball version of Sunday Night Baseball. Having, if necessary, I could see it. So, yeah, but if not, there'll be either a high A or single A game. If it's scheduled during the day, some of them might be scheduled during the day. Space them out. It might be. I could see it. So yeah. So there you have it. So that is it for minor league baseball scores update for for Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. Now there's only 10 more games in AAA baseball, 4 more for every team in 4 more for every team, 4 more scheduled game days for every team in AA. And then there's the Division Series game 2 tomorrow for the Midwest League, in South Atlantic League, in High A, in Florida State League, Carolina League, in California League, in Single A, and then AA and AAA will have their normally scheduled Thursday games in the regular season, and then they'll have also what do I want to say? And then the Northwest League, they have their off day, as it'll be at Washington. They'll be traveling to Eugene, Oregon for that the games 3, 4, and 5, and they'll use Thursday as the travel day.